Alright guys, we are back with our Dallas Stars GM mode here, and we're probably going to get done the Year 5 simulation in this video. So we continue to go on a major tear ever since, like I said, I keep referring back to that thing because if you look back on it, 11 and 10 to start the year through the first couple months, and literally we've gone 28, 7 and 6 since then. So it's really been a really good run that the Dallas Stars have gone ever since starting out very slowly, but we're going to continue to run through here. Only a couple more games left in the regular season, so we should be able to get it done. We did make one trade during the trade deadline. We did trade Matt Cohen away just because we weren't going to need him anymore. And since playing in the minors as a top 4 defenseman, it probably won't help out his progression too much. Trade him away to the Columbus Blue Jackets, got a prospect, and I put him in the minors. Only on the 4th line, get him some more experience. But that's the only change we made, and yeah, we're just going to continue to go through here. Dansk is still in the net. He still has one more loss until we have to take him out. But if we start losing some games here and now, we are still in the running for a President's Trophy, so I still want to try to win some games in here. And Campbell seems to be doing the better of the 2 goalies this year, so I mean, I want to try to win that President's Trophy, and I do want to try to keep a playoff spot as well, a really good playoff spot. So, yeah, winning most of these games is definitely going to be a really, really key part for us. We need to just keep winning games. All right, so as I say that, we lose our first 2 after the deadline. That was an overtime loss the last game, but still. Need to win some games here, boys. Need to win some games. There's teams in the West starting to catch us. There you go. There you go. All right, turn around, Dansk. Let's go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. 2 wins in a row. Nice. All right. Vancouver and Colorado. Vancouver's not a good team. 4-0. There you go. Predators are on a roll as they won their last 10. Yeah, that makes me feel better because they're right hot on our ass. Colorado should be able to beat these guys. 4-0. Back-to-back shutouts for Oscar Dansk. Predators won 11 in a row. Keep doing what you're doing. Sagan hit 50 assists. So that's nice. 3-1 win. Yeah, Predators won 12 in a row. Up here we go. All right, we're stopping the simulation right here against this game against the Predators. Predators have won 13 straight, and they're probably really hot on our ass right now in the division. Yeah, 93 points to 89 points. So we're the only 2 teams battling it out, really. Calgary's up there, but we're the 2 hottest teams right now in the Western Conference, and we still have a President's Trophy lead. So this is actually a pretty big game for us in Nashville. So the 43-18-7 Dallas Stars take on the 42-22-5 Nashville Predators, the team that beat us in round 2 of the playoffs last year. So this is a pretty big game. I'm going to simulate. We play Nashville anymore throughout the season. We do play them one more time. So this might be actually a pretty big game as of right now. So let's sim this game. We do have Dansk in the net, and let's see how we're going to do here. So first period, all right, 1-1. Beck gets one on Dansk. Patrick Kane gets one on Pecorine. All right. Second period, 1-1. All right. Third period, actually, yeah, I'll do a quick sim of the third period. Third period, up 2-2. So shorthanded goal for Austin Ferguson with about 9 minutes left, and Bork got one past Dansk. So it's a 2-2 tie going into overtime. Are we going to? Yeah, so it's a 2-2 tie. So we both get a point out of it. So we do split a point, but who's going to get that extra point is the big question. And we are going to get that extra point in overtime. David Rundblad scores the game winner in overtime. And we get the extra point out of that game, winning 3-2 in overtime over the Preds. So that was a pretty good game. Kane, Sagan, Huberdeau, Ferguson from Leddy, shorthanded, and then Rundblad from Patrick Kane. So there we go, 3-2 win, big win over the Predators. We snapped their 13-game win streak, which is nice. And yeah, we get a nice little extra point. Would have been better if we could have got that win in regulation, but we do get the extra point out of it over the Preds and snap their win streak. So if we keep moving along here, Columbus starting our own little win streak. And there you go, another big win for Dansk. Dansk is starting to turn it up here. Yep, we've won 7 in a row, 8 in a row now. So Predators, like they won 13 in a row. We go on our little 8-game winning streak now with Oscar Dansk, who's turning it up here late at the end of the year. So Florida Panthers, team we should beat. There we go, 9 in a row now. Keep it going, Dansk. All right, can we make it 10? We can make it 10 with an 11-1 blowout of the Chicago Blackhawks. Holy moly, 11 games in a row that the Dallas Stars have won. 38, 8, and 7 since the beginning of the season. I keep saying that. 10-game winning streak for the Dallas Stars. Ridiculous. Winnipeg, 11-game winning streak. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, 11-game winning streak. The Stars are on a roll as they won their last 11 in a row. We take on Columbus again. Let's check out the stats. See where we sit. 105 points. Yeah, I think we got this President's Trophy. There's actually no. There's still a good bit of games still left in the season here, but we have won 11 in a row and 12 in a row. Wow, my goodness. 50, 18, and 7. What a year. What a year this has been. 12-game winning streak for the Dallas Stars. I'm going to stop that game against the Predators because that could be another big game. Who knows? The Blues are up next. They show a sub-500 record. Yep, 13 wins in a row. So we show Nashville right in their face and go on our own 13-game win streak. And the Blues, 14-game win streak for the Dallas Stars. Unfreaking believable what we have gone on. 42, 8, and 7. 42, 8, and 7. 111 points for the Dallas Stars. Okay, sorry about that, guys, but yeah, 42, 8, and 7 since the beginning of the season. We are on a 14-game winning streak, I think. Is that what I saw back here? Did I blow right by it? Yeah, we're on a 14-game winning streak, so it's absolutely ridiculous. Nashville's still kind of close to us, so I think I will simulate this game once again, even though there's only a couple games left. They are the only team right now, other than maybe the Buffalo Sabres, who can catch us now in the President's Trophy race, so we will simulate this game once again. So Nashville was kind of upset with us that we ended their 13-game winning streak, but we're on a 14-game winning streak, so it looks like Nashville's going to see if they can spoil our winning streak here, and it is in Nashville once again. So here we go. Going up against the Preds again, one of the teams that could be able to catch us in the President's Trophy. Let's see if we can win this game again. Continue our win streaks. Here we go. First period, 1-0 started off right. Nick Ritchie, they put their backup in the net, it seems, this game, so 11-5 on shots. Good first period. Second period, 3-1. There we go. Nick Ritchie again on a power play. Nick Leddy gets one. Hornquist makes it 3-1. But Nashville only has 13 shots on the net to our 22. So it looks like we might win this game. Third period. Ooh, Nashville does get 2, but Sagan with a shorty makes it 4-3 with about 6 minutes left. Bork and Ellis got one on a power play past Dance, but Sagan with a shorthanded goal past Hellberg. And the Dallas Stars win this game in regulation 4-3 over the Predators to extend their winning streak to 15 consecutive games. Holy win streak. Ritchie from Tarasenko and Dillon. Ritchie has 25 goals on the year, so that's pretty good for Nick Ritchie. 25 goals. That's nice. He's doing actually really good. Leddy from Ferguson and Bobick, and then Sagan from Eakin and Dillon on the penalty kill. So that's a nice win there over the Nashville Predators. 15 wins in a row. Dansk has won probably 15 wins in a row. Yeah, Dansk has won 15 games in a row. So, I mean, he deserves it. He's been playing like a beast all year, especially during the second half of the season. Who knows? We could have a 55-win season right now. It's absolutely ridiculous what we are doing. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's check out prospects here. Scouting. There's a top 10 guy in the Elite League. Russia. There's another top 10 guy. Ooh, a Japanese guy. Yeah, why not? Let's scout this guy. Reed. Is it Japanese? Actually, he's not Japanese. That's Korean. Korean, my bad. All right, so let's continue here. Just keep rolling with it. 15 straight. Will this streak ever be snapped? Nope. 16 wins in a row for the Dallas Stars. Chicago again. And the streak is finally snapped. So the 16 game or 15 or 17, however, win streak has come to an end as the Dallas Stars finally lose one to the Chicago Blackhawks. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I don't know why my audio recording just stopped recording for some odd reason. It just popped up and I just saw it, so I'm glad I saw it. But yeah. So yeah, our win streak was snapped. So I will give Dansk this one more game against the Winnipeg Jets, and I will put Campbell in for this game against the Tampa Bay Lightning just to give Dansk a day off before the playoffs so he can get a long rest. So I will start Dansk this one game against the Winnipeg Jets. And we get a 3-0 loss. Yeah, take him out. All right, so we do get 2 more losses here at the end of the year, but that's fine. We've gone on a 16-game win streak, which helped out a lot. So Dance gets a day off for this last game of the season against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Give Campbell one more start, and that'll be good to go. We'll be good to go into the playoffs, so it doesn't matter win or loss, whatever. I think we do have the President's Trophy in hand. Campbell does get the 4-2 win, and I think that does secure us with the President's Trophy. Indeed, it does. 118-point season for the Dallas Stars, 55, 19, and 8. What a year. What a year for the Dallas Stars. No doubt about it. What a freaking year. So, if you take a look at goals and assists, goals are up there. Huberdeau was in 7th with 34 goals. Seguin looks like he might be the assist leader in the NHL with 64 assists. That's nice. And the point leader as well. Seguin, 93 points for Tyler Seguin. What a fucking year by Tyler Seguin. Ridiculous. Dance comes back and wins. Probably leads the NHL in wins. Save percentage, we up there? No. But Dansk is up there for goals against average with a 2.13. And that's one hell of a year. President's Trophy. That is one hell to end the year, boys. One hell to end the year. And it looks like our first round opponent in round 1, back in October when I was told 46 minutes, I wouldn't have guessed you would pull a 55. Neither would I. This is amazing work, and you really raised the profile of the Dallas Stars this year. Good job. Yep, so we're going to stop the simulation here. The AHL team made the playoffs as well. 58, 14, and 4. 55, 19, and 8. What a year for the state of Texas once again. And we move back to the playoffs this year. It looks like our first round opponent is going to be the Colorado Avalanche. So let's take a look at all the stats this year. Wrap up everything, shall we? So goals for per game, 3.09. Led the entire league in goals once again. Clinched the conference, clinched the entire NHL with 118 points. So Buffalo was the closest to us with 106. Completely blew them out by 12 points. So Dallas leads the league, best team in the NHL. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so goals against per game. Yep, so we had the best goals for per game in the NHL with 3.09. Best goals against average in the league at 2.10. So the big thumbs up for the defense and the goaltending to definitely pick their game up after that horrible start. Who would have ever thought after an 11-10 start that the Dallas Stars would be the best team in the NHL? Tore it up, especially through that tear through December and January, and then that 16-game win streak, which really helped out a lot. So big props to the defense, goaltending, and the offense for definitely putting in the work. Power play, 19.2%, so it was top 5 in the league, so that's cool. And the penalty kill, 87.9%, second in the entire NHL. 32-8-1 at home, 23-11-7 on the road, and in our last 10 we are 8-1-1 going into the playoffs. So looking pretty good for the Dallas Stars. So let's look at the player stats now for the season, because this should be interesting. Seguin had a record year. Seguin definitely had a breakout year. I think this is Sagan's last year of progression as well, so that'll definitely help him out. All right, so points. Yeah, Tyler Seguin, 93 points in his last year of getting better. So that is what I'm talking about. 93 points, almost 30 goals, 60-plus assists for Tyler Seguin, a plus 44. What a year for Tyler Seguin. 93 points. That's what I'm talking about. Kane had 78 points, so he did have a 30-goal season. And Huberdeau, so all 3 of our first liners had 30-goal seasons, which is pretty nice, and plus 40 assists on each of them. So what a year for all those guys. Kane, almost a point-a-game player, but still 78 points in 82 games is pretty good. Huberdeau, 74 points in 82 games. So, but like I said, Seguin was the breakout year. He made up for both of them, putting up 93 points. Okay, so Backes had 51 points. Not his best year. It might be starting to decline for David Backes. He was a -1. So David Backes might be starting to get a little bit worse. But Nick Ritchie had a pretty good year on that second line for his first year on the second line. 47 points. He had a lot more points than last year. Was a -5, so it looks like that second line was all minus. Were they all minus? No, Tarasenko broke even, but a lot of the guys on the second line were minus players. But Ritchie did have 25 goals, so that was pretty good for Nick Ritchie. He did have power play time, remember. He had 9 power play goals, so that's pretty good. Tarasenko, 43 points. But still, 40 points for all those guys. 50, 40, and 40 for those guys on the second line. That's a pretty good season. Chasen had 27. Radula had 25. Radula really didn't do anything for the second half of that season. He had 20 points, I think, at like the trade deadline or something like that, and he only had 5 points for the rest of the way. So, but still, he turned it up. He helped us out big time, throwing him in. Eakin 21, Ferguson 20 points on the fourth line and penalty kill, so that's good. Downey 14, Peverly 13. Yep, and then those guys who we just played in there for a couple games. First line was plus ridiculous, and yeah, pretty good year. Pretty good year. Obviously, it was a good year. We're the best team in the NHL. Defense, on the other hand, Leddy had 41 points, Bobick 38, Rumblad 38, Gormley 24, Dillon 17, and Daly 16. Everybody on defense was a plus player. And the goaltenders, so Jack Campbell had 29 starts this year for a 1.91 goals against average, 18-7, 1-1 with a save percentage of 93.32 and 5 shutouts. And Oscar Dance picked his game up definitely at the end of the year, 58 starts this year with a 2.31 goals against average, 37, 13, 4, and 2, with a save percentage of 92.62 and 7 shutouts on the year. So the goaltenders did very well this year for the Dallas Stars. Picked it up big time. So we'll check out the AHL guys really quickly, and then we'll get out of here. All right, so the AHL, Brett Ritchie finished the year with 73 points in 76 games, so he might get another big jump, another good year for Brett Ritchie. This is the best year that he's had. He had 53 last year. He gets 73 this year. So 20 more points Brett Ritchie had this year than last year. Brett Ritchie might be ready for the NHL next year as well. And same thing with Faxas. 71 points he tied his exact total last year. Had more goals this year, 7 more goals than last year. Yeah, these two guys might be ready for the NHL next year. And I don't know. We're going to have to find some room for them, no doubt. They might be fourth-line guys, who knows. But they'll definitely be playing probably NHL if they're getting a big jump like I think they will. Nalski 68, Krug 68 points as a defenseman. That's absolutely ridiculous. Torrey Krug got 68 points. Deneau 58, Bukestad 56, Shala 53, Stephen Ayo 47 as a defenseman. Nemeth 41, Pissick 34. Pakaluk 31 points in 30 games, so he did do a pretty good job for the games that he played. Did have some NHL time with 6 points in 21 games and 31 points in 30 games, so he did play 50-some games. So hopefully that doesn't affect his progression too much. He might get a jump, who knows, he might go down. But if he does go down, that'll be good because then I could start him in the minors again. And he'll be ready in a year or two again, so that's good. Lowry 28, Ross 28, Hoare 23, Tamura 22, Phillips 20. I had to take Lievo out for that other guy, Kavasha, who had 3 points in 15 games. Joey Gold 2 and 15. And then goaltenders, Mrazek 1.74, 92.9. This guy has a save percentage of 100. So Christopher Carosi. So 16 shutouts for Peter Mrazek, dear God. But one hell of a year for both the Dallas Stars and the Texas Stars. Once again, we'll look at the playoff tree to end off the year. See how we're looking here. So it looks like in the Eastern Conference, we're going to have Buffalo versus Boston, Tampa Bay versus Ottawa, Washington versus Detroit, and New York Islanders versus Philadelphia. And in the West, we got Phoenix versus Winnipeg, Calgary versus LA, Dallas versus Colorado, and Nashville versus Chicago. So going to be an interesting first-round opponent. Doesn't look like the hardest opponent in the Avalanche, who were 38, 37, and 7, which doesn't compare at all to 55, 19, and 8. But we'll have to see. Round 1 of the playoffs coming up next, the Year 5 playoffs, which could essentially be our last playoff run if you guys decide to end the GM mode after this playoff run. It's up to you guys, but like I said, we'll talk about that when this playoff run is over, hopefully in a couple of videos, because I want to make it back to that Stanley Cup, and I want to win that Stanley Cup with this President's Trophy winning team. So thanks, guys, for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time for round 1 of the Year 5 playoffs against the Colorado Avalanche.